What is going on, Re Nation? How are you guys doing? Welcome back to the channel. So, everything always posted another video. It's about Doomsday. So, Marvel confirms Doom has killed Avengers. All deaths revealed. Avengers Doomsday teaser. So I did hear that I guess a picture of Doomsday of how he looked is gonna. It just released. It just released, or something like that. I've been hearing. I seen Twitter, and I was like, let me avoid it because I seen he posted a video. I subscribe to him, so I get alerts. But anyways, if you guys haven't, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 30,000 subscribers. You guys are amazing, and make sure you check out my gameplay and all my recent videos as well. Now let's go ahead and get into this video. I gave him a like. Now let's go.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name is Michael Roman, aka Allfires, and almost out of nowhere yesterday at a huge Disney merchandising convention out in Shanghai, we got an unexpected look at Avengers Doomsday in a way that I could not have
Hold up.
anticipated.
I don't remember ever seeing this. Damn. That shit looks that shit looks good, bro. Whoa. Okay. Yo. Wow. I'm impressed. If that's how he looks in the movie, I'm intrigued because his armor. Look at his armor though. That's what? Damn, this movie finna be good. Hey, this movie finna be good, bro. I promise y'all. This is, oh man, armor looks amazing though. My gosh. Woo.
Not only did we get a first look at Doctor Doom, which has a ton of Easter eggs just on the photo itself I missed, but those details were confirmed by a light show that they released later on in the expo. We did a full breakdown of that last night at the channel, but now we have to specifically talk about the symbolism going on all over Doctor Doom's costume, or should I say symbology, because there are multiple references here to different Avengers that he's possibly killed and now wearing their emblems as his trophies. We are going to break down his costume, again confirmed by the details in the light show, and to me, which Avengers this signifies Doctor Doom has already killed somewhere across the multiverse. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button, thanks to everyone who's been subbing lately. YouTube's algorithm has really been on one. You guys have been mentioning getting unsubbed from the channel. Again, I don't know anything about that. If you do like the videos, if you want to support the channel, subbing's the best way to do it. Also, leave a comment and a like. The comment automatically.
Put your notifications on.
Giveaways, if you want, stick around.
That's what you got to do.
We get into all the giveaway stuff again there.
An ad.
Okay, so this is the HD version of the Doctor Doom costume that started to circulate yesterday, bringing some of the finer details into very clear photos.
Bro, he looks really good, though.
These aren't just random symbols all over his costume, were reconfirmed by the light show, as you can clearly see with his two emblems there. Now, what are these symbols? Well, let's go one by one, starting with the chest emblems. On the right side, he's representing an 8-pointed star, which is almost exactly like the Captain Marvel logo. Now, of course, with Captain Marvel's logo, the intermediate lines are usually represented a little bit.
You tell me he
shorter,
killed
but the
Captain Marvel?
8-pointed star, depending on where you look in comics, has always basically been the symbol of Captain Marvel. So at least somewhere across the multiverse, at some point, Doctor Doom has met and presumably killed a version of Captain Marvel. Whether or not it's Carol Danvers, he now wears her emblem represented on his costume. The next emblem is very clearly Mjolnir. It looked like a T on the blurry photos, but here you can see that it's a hammer, none other than Thor's Mjolnir. And that means that in the same way he's rocking an emblem for Carol Danvers, he's also rocking an emblem for a defeated and killed Thor. And really
real quick, so imagine in the movie we really see him, excuse my air conditioning if you hear. Imagine in the movie we get to see him kill the Avengers. Bro, you know how this movie would be better. This movie would be, it would be more epic than damn Infinity War and Endgame combined. Yo, this man must be stopped.
Considering the limited number of characters that have been able to lift or wield Mjolnir just in the MCU, in the comics alone, it is a safe bet to represent that this Mjolnir is coming from a Thor and not, say, a Beta Ray Bill or a Jane Foster. And this really recontextualizes the scene in the light show. Actually, there were several of them when Doom looked like he was using his power and creating a bunch of lightning. save that thought. We are going to get into a theory about what this all means, but for now, to me, this represents that he's killed at least one Captain Marvel and one Thor.
That's
now, the next symbol
crazy.
he's wearing is actually the weapon itself. It looks like he has Shang-Chi's 10 rings, or at least one of them right here, around his lower upper arm.
I can see
and
him
what
killing
could be
Shang-Chi,
several
though.
more of them between his elbow and his shoulders, basically wearing them on top of his gauntlets. That would mean that at least one point he's taking these 10 rings from what could be Wenwu, but more likely one of our Avengers, or going to be one of our Avengers in Shang-Chi. So far
I can
we've
see
got
that.
Captain Marvel, Thor, and Shang-Chi represented in his costume. Now, besides the basic hubris of Dr. Doom wanting to flaunt his previous victories, especially over the Earth's mightiest defenders in the Avengers, and have trophies of him beating each one, this is for another reason altogether. I truly believe that in his defeating of each of these Avengers, he's looked to assume the power of each. Remember, again, in that light show, it showed him wielding lightning, something that's usually reserved for specifically Thor and maybe Storm, but she's not introduced yet.
Damn.
In that same way, it could be that he's assumed the power of Captain Marvel, taken weapons from Shang-Chi.
That's
and
wild.
He's built an arsenal of superpowers that can go up
Bro, if they
against
show that in
any
the
of
trailer when
Avengers
they
across the
release it, bro,
multiverse, where
I'm
basically
like,
he's
I'm
learned
done,
from
bro.
all of them. And during the light show, if you missed our video from yesterday, I think it's very clear that two more symbols showed up, where between Doom's gauntlets, it looks like he was creating a green arc reactor. Some people say this sort of looked like the Eye of Agamotto because of where it was placed. That's possible, but then that rune that showed might also be leaning into either Scarlet Witch and or Loki, and both of their magics combined. Basically, he has all of the superpowers of all of the Avengers and superheroes we've been introduced to as he's been killing them and taking their powers. And I think you could easily draw a parallel here between him and Agatha Harkness. She was doing the same kind of thing, but we know with Doctor Doom, it starts with tech. At least one point, he's head-to-head with Reed Richards, but then gets into the magic side of it all.
Yeah, what if his whole suit is vibranium?
So it could be that all of this power stealing, or basically what's imbuing him with power, is based on tech in the first place, allowed him to level up, and then start assuming the power sets of all these heroes he's defeated along the way. Now, it may be a jump to say that he's stealing all their powers. I'm basing that on the fact that it really looked like he was wielding lightning and during that light show. It could just be that he's defeated these Avengers before as they've risen against him in multiple parts of the multiverse. And that, in and of itself, is meant to establish Doctor Doom as a formidable foe. And I couldn't help but think of that line during Ant-Man when Kang asks Ant-Man if he's killed him before, "Are you the one with the hammer?" And although there are some interesting theories about him actually being Steve Rogers with Mjolnir.
Another ad, bro. I need YouTube Premium.
While returning the Infinity Stones, because, well, Paul Rudd looks a lot more like Chris Evans than either of them look like Chris Hemsworth. Still, this is the same kind of thing where Doctor Doom will be very familiar with who he's up against because he's faced a lot of these heroes before. And won. Now, we've talked a lot about Doom's motivations at the channel, and I'm still pretty much on the theory that when Doctor Doom was in the post-credit scene of the Fantastic Four looking at Franklin Richards, that was a Doctor Doom who lost his family to an incursion because of Steve Rogers and is simply looking to reunite his family at all costs.
I can see that,
the way he did
too.
in 2015 Jonathan Hickman run, where he took the Richards and made Sue Storm his family, Franklin his kid. I think that in that living room, kneeling with his mask off, he's looking at his child from somewhere else in the multiverse. Wherever his original timeline was, he ends up with Sue Storm. He's the one who has a kid with her, and now he's looking to recreate that. And as I pointed out in my own critique of that theory, it's almost 100% analogous with what Scarlet Witch did, searching the multiverse for her kids. But more importantly than that, it's an actual setup for why Doctor Doom is doing this and why in the world he's been forced to go from timeline to timeline across the multiverse. His original timeline was killed by an incursion, which sent him on this path across the multiverse. And as I've remarked before, in a world like the 828 where there weren't any superheroes, it was just the Fantastic Four, that might have been the perfect landing place for him, of Victor Von Doom, who either had Avengers and X-Men or Fantastic Four in his original timeline, but had also visited other timelines and had to defeat all of these heroes. He could always seek refuge back in the 828, where it was only the Fantastic Four and set in the 60s, and he didn't have to worry about fighting against and defeating multiversal Avengers the way he does now.
Yo, this is gonna be crazy, bro. Oh my gosh.
Going through these details and representing them this way in what's not even a teaser trailer, just a merchandise exposition, but keeping it all together in a way that makes sense and allows us theorists to actually build theories on it tells me that their attention to detail for Avengers Doomsday is exactly what we were hoping for, and that there is a meaning and a rhyme and reason behind all of this. They're not just going to have huge gaping plot holes where we never really understand motivations. And for me, that is the number one thing we need to seal the deal with Robert Downey Jr. now playing Victor Von Doom instead of Tony Stark. But of course, as I've said, they are not mutually exclusive. Guys, let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments about any and all of this.
So I got a theory. The reason he's able to take everybody's pretty much stuff, I think there was a time where when he originally fought the Avengers, maybe he did lose. But maybe possibly when he killed Thanos, as you know, he ripped his spine out in the comics. Maybe he does get a hold of the gauntlet. You know, he gets a hold of, especially the Time Stone. Maybe he goes back to the points that he lost, and maybe, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna be completely honest. There's no way the Avengers are killing him. The Avengers we got now, they're not killing Doctor Doom. I would say even the Prime Avengers can't kill Doctor Doom. Let's say he has the Infinity Gauntlet or has the stones, has each power like Thanos, Shang-Chi, Captain Marvel. Let's say his suit's vibranium. Maybe he steals vibranium. They're not beating him, bro. Doomsday is a movie strictly for this villain to win. Like, you thought Thanos winning was bad, bro? You thought that was crazy? This is going to be a lot worse. This movie's probably going to be PG-13, if not rated R. This might be the first rated R Marvel movie in history, because Marvel doesn't have any. Morbius wasn't rated R. I think this might be the first. This might be the first rated R movie in Marvel history, because they don't have. Marvel doesn't have rated R movies. I think Blade was PG-13. I don't know. Blade might have been rated R, but this might be like the first Disney Marvel rated R movie. I mean, if there has been, you know, you guys will let me know down below. But my gosh, they're not beating him. They're not. And like I said, if he's fought them in the past, he knows their moves. So, I don't know. This is scary. This is scary to think about. Like, even watching the Thunderbolts, I'm like, they weak asses ain't finna do nothing. They couldn't do nothing against Sentry. So, the new Captain America, Sam Wilson, barely can beat Hulk, the Red Hulk. The Hulk we got in Infinity War couldn't beat Thanos. Spider-Man damn near almost died against Thanos. Guardians of the Galaxy damn near almost got killed by Thanos. Doomsday is powerful than Thanos. What do you think is gonna happen? They're gonna have to try to outsmart him, but how are you gonna outsmart a Robert Downey? How are you gonna outsmart a Tony Stark variant? I don't know. I don't know. Like, you know, you just gotta sit there and think about it. Like, who can stop Doom? Unless they nerf him in this movie, and I promise you, I doubt they will. Because I felt like they didn't nerf Thanos, so there's no reason to nerf Doom. But let me know down below what y'all think, because this movie is going to be quite interesting. To say the least, that I do think this movie might be up there, and it's going to outbeat Infinity War and Endgame if they play their cards right, and if they have, you know, all the people in there that you know that should be in there. I would be crazy to see him against the OG Fantastic Four from 2004. Only problem is the Doom that played in there, he passed away recently, so I hate that, but hopefully they did add him in there for some scenes, or CGI him or something. But I don't know. Let me know down below how y'all think. What y'all think about this? Doom looks amazing. Suit looks awesome. I wonder if RGJ had to really work out for this, you know, you know, this movie role, because you know Doom is a little big, but not too big. But anyways, I will see you guys next video post for Nation Route. Deuces. One love. Peace. Catch you guys later. Stay subscribed and bless. I'm out. See ya.
I'ma talk my shit, gotta pop like this. Move your hands to that bitch, she gotta rock like Mick, but I'ma jagger her shit. I'ma talk my shit, I'ma talk my shit, gotta pop like this. Move your hands to that bitch, she